Welcome, welcome, guys. Welcome in. I'm just going to get myself situated. That is the Cube House. Hey, Juanita, thank you for joining. Hopefully, everything sounds good here. Welcome, welcome, guys. Welcome to the chat and the live. Sorry, just going to try and sort out some audio issues here. I want to have noise reduction off. Oh, I see. That's not. Arjat, welcome to the chat. We are recording now. Oh, there we go. My apologies, guys. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, pardon the audio issues. Let's get going. But we're going to take a look at our cube house here. Not our cube house, but this cube house. Hey, welcome, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm in the East End for once. And this is, I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but this is the Cube House by the gardener here. Welcome, welcome. We'll get a bit of a closer look at it. We can't go inside, obviously, but these buildings are still being used. Not necessarily for living, but I think for some musicians have studios in here right now, currently, last I saw. This was originally built as a test idea for affordable housing, modeled after a style of affordable housing they use in, I think, a Scandinavian country. I don't want to give you too much info because my brain does not retain it so well, so it may not be accurate, but needless to say, the test did not lead to further development of these styles of houses, although they look very interesting. But yeah, this one's built right by the gardener. So if you've driven by it, you may have seen the top of this cube house here, 1 Sumac Street. This tiny little nook here. A little dark right now to see. You have this tiny street here with some pretty houses on it, I must say. Interesting spot to have a house. Some of these look like they could be quite old. And, you know, perhaps we're in a neighborhood that was destroyed for the development of the gardener and just missed the rezoning. That's what it looks like, at least. Eastern Avenue. Hello, Vasily. We're just taking a peek at the cube houses here at Sumac. I'll cross the street one more time to get a better look at it. This is perhaps an East End hidden gem. Sort of hidden. Hey, glad to hear that, Vasily. I just surpassed that milestone last week, which is nice. Seems like you, me, and Yoshi are on the same track of gaining subscribers. Hopefully we can get to that coveted 500 mark so we can hopefully receive some super chats. But until then, everybody's presence alone is more than enough. So thank you for joining me. I actually did a TikTok live all the way out this way. I figured, you know what, instead of just hopping on a streetcar back, I could walk back to the area, do a YouTube live instead on Eastern Avenue here. Eastern and Cherry. We can go up to King, I suppose. Yeah, exactly, Canadian Vasily. Wouldn't have been able to do it without the community for sure. Getting connected through Henry, obviously being everybody's connector. Oh, we can cross, there's no cars coming. Da-da-da. So actually perfect night weather-wise. Yeah, Henry is very generous, supportive. He's built a community, to say the least, yeah. Putting on get-togethers to connect everyone, to actually meet up, walk together, all that stuff is great. There is Gardiner. And it seems like he attracts good-hearted people, nice people. The community he's built is, yeah, been nothing but positivity. Oh, I have not seen that. King Street East. Hey, Cynthia. Sorry, don't know why I struggled there. There is a dog and animal hospital here. So they have these cute little cat murals here, cutouts, hand painted cutouts here. They look really cool. Yeah, pretty calm area. This is where the vet clinic is. Bay Dog Hospital. Looks quite nice. It's a quite nice looking building. And on the other side it says Cat Hospital, so they do both here. Talking thousands of $5. Really? Wow. I have no, yeah, I had no idea about this. It's a cool looking mural on the support here underneath this off-ramp. You can get a better look at it as we get closer. There is a fancy bar of sorts here, Gusto. Never heard of it? Pretty quiet part of King Street here. Quite the contrast to King and University right now. We did see Bill Murray on our TikTok live going into Roy Thompson Hall for a premiere. I don't think I know this Melanie character. I mean, if she's showering people with money, I guess no one's really gonna question her. I mean, that is generous. Sounds like she's very generous. But I know nothing of them. Yeah, it's quite a bit of money to be given out. If they can afford it, though, all of the power to them. If they want to support. It's the Kingston going west. The odd fancy bar here in quiet King East. Interesting. Don't know what this place is called, but it looks like they're closing up. Looks rather nice. But it just doesn't seem like there's a lot going on in this part of King Street, so fair enough, Cynthia. I mean, yeah, don't know what to say. Yeah, we can not get into it. Perhaps a topic for in-person meetups, you know? Hoping the sound is good. I'm using a mic that I didn't really configure before starting the live, so yeah. I know what you mean though. Sometimes people are a little too nice. Can be weird, right? But again, I have no useful opinion on the situation specifically because I really don't know anything about them. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a lovely night. I saw that I missed Henry's stream. He must have been streaming the same time I was doing my TikTok stream. So when I finished my TikTok stream, I saw, just checking to see if anybody was on YouTube since I was thinking to go on, and he had just wrapped up 15 minutes prior. Oh, maybe I think I got gifted a Liam membership. I didn't know who it was from, but maybe that's how I received mine. Because I got it when I think I just had tuned out of Liam's live for a bit. Busy doing stuff. I don't know what Klaus is. Perhaps, oh, it looks like a furniture store, what they have. Quite the neon installation here. Faux neon, of course. Looks to be, at least. Oh, it could be real. That's real neon. Love me till I'm me again. That was, I believe that was on the Galleria pole, if I'm not correct. Maybe those are real neon, because they do have the LED style nowadays, but that red one is. Oh, you did too, so maybe that's how I got mine. This area is quiet, yeah. King Street East. Hey, boom! Thanks for the 13th like. Thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate that, of course. Appreciate you being here too. So, thanks for joining us on this quiet walk, King Street East, and I'm sure as we get closer to the core, that'll change. But I am enjoying the vibe of empty streets. Oh yeah, you guys are doing your Celtic festival on Saturday. Hope you guys have a good time. it's Rova, a development company that seems to be taking over various parts of the city. They're handling the development of the Dufferin and Bloor redevelopment, I should say. I'm actually headed west. Headed west right now. Beaches, you know, as much as I have always liked to rag on the East End, beaches have grown on me. Parts of the East End have grown on me. Seeing as West End has lost a lot of its grime, and I'm sure Boom can relate to what I'm saying, being around the same age that I am. West End was kind of the perfect balance of grime, but still being a nice place to live. Whereas East End had a little too much grime, I feel like, so I kind of always shat on the East End. I still do to some regards. But now that Toronto's getting gentrified, it's the East End is where you find that some of that old school grime that I long for. Ah, Vasily, I see. You're in the Ford territory. We'll continue along. Sorry, I got a call there. Hey Kurt, how's it going? Thanks for joining me on this live. Appreciate it. Did I miss a Harjot live? Kurt, thank you so much. Yeah, we're in the process of getting my girlfriend to move out, and Henry will move in with me now. Now he can live closer to downtown, which I'm sure he'll like. My girlfriend was super understanding of that too. Really encouraged me to go for it. Win-win, exactly. Oh, Ding Dong doesn't know how to stop. Just your average Toronto driver almost hitting you while you're crossing the street. We're right by George Brown College culinary campus. We'll get a peek in here where they have some of their cooking classes. Is it here or I think up ahead? Or did we miss it? We might have missed it. Yeah. Must have missed the culinary campus. My night's pretty good. We did a TikTok live from the west to the east to the Cube Houses at Eastern Avenue. Saw Bill Murray along the way through TIFF. Decided to do a walk back on YouTube. So, streaming, lots of streaming tonight. Vasily, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Have yourself a good sleep. Starting to see a little more life. Starting to see more life here on King Street as we head closer to the core. Down here would be where St. Lawrence Market is. On Front Street, but we'll continue east or west on King Street East. Let there be light, yes. We have an advanced right and left at 10:42. It's pretty interesting. Not a car going either way on King Street. Yet we have advanced lighting, and I can be on Dufferin in the middle of the day with at a traffic stop that has capability of advanced greens, but chooses not to. Oh, Harjot, congrats. Fellow Humber College alumni. I graduated from there too, but many years ago. That's exciting. You have graduation. I think we have some runoff from the Jays game. I think they won. Last I saw, the score was, I think, 5-2 for the Jays, but you never know. Or if you know the Jays this year, they don't really have a bullpen to hold things down, but hopefully they did tonight. Not that it matters. St. James Cathedral. 504 Dundas. 504A Dundas. So many variations of the King car. Libra gang. They won 6-2. There you go. Good time to go to a game for cheap if you want. I'm sure you can find deals on secondary sites. probably a lot of people trying to offload extra tickets that hardly anybody wants. This time of year you can probably catch games for under $10, I would imagine. And what I do like doing is getting the cheapest ticket possible and just hanging out in some of the general admission areas. Did that for the opening series, or opening homestand, I should say, this year. Got to hang out next to the bullpen, the visitors' bullpen, and heckle the pitchers that are warming up there. Hey, we're at Toronto Street. Should change that to Toronto Street. Yeah, the new general admission areas make the ballpark a lot more fun to go to. You don't have to sit up in the 500s even if you bought a ticket up there. That street was named after me. Oh, we have a sad Mets fan. Oh, he's got an Olerud jersey. Kudos to him. Olerud was a Blue Jay on the World Series team. Yeah, I do enjoy, I enjoy baseball. I enjoy watching it. A lot of people find it boring, but in terms of a live sport, it's actually quite great because of the fact you can be social. You can watch the game and talk because it's, stop and go kind of deal. Yonge Street now. $3 in the 500s. That's amazing. Third baseline aisle, 2 for $30. That's a steal. I mean, you're not going to watch the greatest baseball, but you're going to see some of the up-and-coming stars who've actually been playing some better baseball than the team has been prior to the sell-off. So that's the way to do it. You can probably find some really good seats last minute too. But I mean, at $30 for two third baseline, I don't know if it just matters if it's that much cheaper than that. $15 a ticket, $3 a ticket. Can't argue with that. Obviously not as fun as watching, playoff contention baseball, but what can you do? Maybe next year. Yeah, you could also do that too. Or like I said, you just go to some of those general mission areas. Those are always great too. Approaching the famous spot where the bus got stuck under the scaffolding. And all of us YouTube streamers made our way down here to capture the excitement. That was right here. That top part scraped the top of the bus because it took too sharp of a turn. There's that formerly famous view to get a shot of the tower in between the TD towers, with the newer TD tower blocking the view now. Yeah, just being in the park is fun. I've only done it once this year, and that was the beginning. And I got a good deal for that opening series game too. I think it was against Seattle. I think I paid $15 for my 500 level ticket. Ended up, yeah, moving around to the different spots in the general mission area. Got real close to the visitors bullpen. Got to heckle. Let's take some time to admire the tall buildings here as we get to the core. Just past Bay and approach University, and we'll walk by all the theaters. I mean, wrestling is all about heckling. I've had some good heckles at wrestling events. Top 3 Toronto heckles. I got Chris Davis really good. I don't know if you guys remember Chris Davis. He was on the Texas Rangers. Got a huge contract with the Baltimore Orioles, but was one of the worst players in the league after that. He started the season 0 for 42 as one of the top paid players. Anyways, prior to that, when he was on the Texas Rangers, I got to sit front row behind the visitors bench thanks to a friend who had a client that had season tickets, and we were sat behind the visitors bench right by where they walk in, so on the very end of it. And that day, Chris Davis was also having a very bad day. Struck out 4 times, so each time that he struck out and he had to walk towards us, I stood up and clapped for him. I was like, "Yay, way to go, Chris Davis. Keep up the good work." First time, whatever. Second time became a bit funny. Third time, I'm pretty sure he was pretty annoyed. Fourth time he struck out, he gave me a little sneer, and I could hear him slamming his bat into the bat holder underneath where we were. So that was a pretty top heckle. Just because I could hear him raging, so it's like, yeah. It's probably more mad about the fact that he struck out 4 times, but I'm sure having me, some scrawny guy who couldn't do anything close to what he does anyways, giving him a hard time didn't help. But yeah, good moment for me. Exactly, thank you, Kurt. I got him that day, although, you know, he's doing a lot better than I am financially, I'm sure. Another heckle was at a wrestling show. There's a wrestler, and we used to go to a wrestling show by a company called Ring of Honor. which is now under the AEW umbrella. But back then it was more independent. And there was a fellow by the name of Roderick Strong. He's a fantastic wrestler. I think he wrestles in WWE now under the same name. He was walking back towards the entrance after an altercation, and there was this brief moment of silence, and I yelled out, more like Roderick weak. And he turned and looked at me and had to hold in his laughter because it was just the most basic but funny, wholesome heckle, I guess. Didn't swear at him or anything. And I was surprised that he had never maybe heard that before, considering his reaction. But I did get a reaction out of the wrestler, which that is key when you heckle at a wrestling show. So that was a good one. Simple but effective heckle. I've had other moments at local wrestling shows. There is one moment where it was my brother who does wrestling, and his faction were on the mic, and someone was talking, and he paused for a moment, and I just yelled, "Shut the F up," really loud, but more explicitly. So everybody heard, and it got the crowd roaring. I think that led to me getting hung over the second floor balcony by all of them, which was scary but fun experience. So maybe those are my top heckles. Probably have some other ones. Just not remembering them right now. I have my moments, that's for sure. Is that so, Kurt? I'm gonna guess Maple Leaf Gardens. I used to hang out by where the wrestlers would exit the arena. I have some photos from that era. But I would like to know if it's not Maple Leaf Gardens. I'd like to know where. I have pictures of Roddy Piper, Hulk Hogan. $10:55. Is it 10:55? 59, almost 11 o'clock. I think some of these movie premieres are letting out, or perhaps are still showing. There's Roy Thompson Hall. That's where we saw Bill Murray tonight, just outside. You guys may be getting sick of this area, given that we've all been in and out of here, but I'll make it quick. I'll make a quick walk through here. Oh, a Chinese restaurant, Bay and Dundas. No way. That's cool, Boom. I love that. They were setting up, sorry, this outside area when I was walking by earlier. Perhaps there already was cocktails out here or something, but maybe afterwards as well. Spadina Garden, cool. Our Chinese restaurant as a family is the one that's like close by them. In the West End, by the Crossways, a place called China Island. They don't do in-restaurant service anymore, just do takeout. But a great local spot, China Island. I love their spring rolls and their hot and sour soup. Both of them are different from anywhere else that I've had those things. Obviously, spring rolls and hot and sour soup are pretty common. So it's nice to get one that's super special and tasty. And the China Island's spring roll and hot and sour soup really resonates with me. It was a great combo to get for cheap eats too. I'd get a steamed rice, which was like $1. Probably more expensive now. I'm talking about 20 years ago, but $1 for some steamed rice, $1 for a spring roll, and like something like $3 or $4 for the hot and sour soup. $5 for a combo. Can't go wrong. No way, was that? I must have been Andre the Giant. Got Dairy Bell out here. Dairy Bell's looking nice and clean. $4 for a cone. Man, prices have gone up. Yeah, I don't know if I really got any autographs back in the day. But those were good shows at the Maple Leaf Gardens, the house shows we'd get. Our dad would take us to those. They'd be a lot of fun. Missed out on the big event at the CNE. That was like WWE's or the wrestling's largest attended event until they started doing WrestleMania. But I did go to the one in the 90s with my brother. They did another exhibition stadium event. And there's a whole day of wrestling events planned. There's a softball game in the morning. It's a really great day that holds some great memories. Me and my younger brother went. Yeah, we did the whole day of festivities. There was, like I said, softball, wrestlers playing softball in the morning. There was a parade of wrestlers going through the CNE. This is during the CNE. And autograph signings, which we missed. The lineups were way too long. Tons of cool merch, if I remember correctly. I think we got some action figures and stuff like that.
Saturday night. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he was pretty built. I have one of his action figures still. Or I did. I might have given it away in recent years. No, he did not wear shoes, no. Sorry, I missed that question. Yeah, he was the one that wrestled barefoot. Oh wow, that's cool. That's very cool, dude. My brother actually, I didn't go to this particular Maple Leaf Gardens show, but for whatever reason, but my brother, my older brother, my dad went, and the British Bulldogs were wrestling, and Davey Boy Smith must have had a rough night the night before, and ended up throwing up in the ring. So many sirens tonight. Yeah, my brother saw Davey Boy Smith vomit in the ring. Much noise on the street tonight. Yeah. I know, well, knowing what I know about, or knowing what we know about Davey Boy Smith now, yeah, it's likely he was abusing some substances to avoid pain, so could have been drunk, could have been using something else, so.
That's what I said to get hired here.
Got that song stuck in my head now. I forget what it's called. It was that 80s song that I was playing earlier. Probably best to not hum it.
No, I don't. All right.
Bueno, o sea, la langue maternelle, c'est pas.
Perhaps another junior staff take care of it. What? I need to keep reminding to say that I'm gonna.
Right? That's good, though.
All right, we're almost at Spadina. May as well walk up Spadina. Yeah, it's I guess some of the track work is being done here. This is why the Spadina buses are running and streetcars are out. Don't know exactly what they're doing, but looks like one guy's rushing the tracks. Interesting. Ah, they can walk. Don't know why I'm standing around like a ding dong. But we can walk. Oh yeah, please like the live if you can. I think I can't see what the likes are, but looking for our 20th like. Perhaps there's a way for me to see, but I don't know how to work Prism that well, I suppose. Hey Robin, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Just walking along Spadina right now. $19 so far, awesome. Appreciate all the likes, guys. I'm gonna turn around here and appreciate, speaking of the Blue Jays, which we weren't really talking about the Blue Jays, we weren't talking about wrestling, but here is the bat flip mural. Cynthia, I don't know. I'm doing them when I can on here. I wish I had more of a schedule for you guys. Trying to do perhaps walks, at least part of the walks in areas that you don't typically see. You know, we all watch a lot of live streams on here, so like with my Hidden Gems live, I feel like I could offer something different there. And today we started at the Cube Houses in the East End on King Street East, or Eastern Avenue rather, and then made our way to King Street East. I'm glad you enjoy it, Cynthia. Thank you so much. Yeah, Juanita's always like the first one in my live, so I really appreciate that. Awesome, Cynthia. I'm glad you appreciate that. That's what I try to do, at least. Hard to not end up in like areas like I'm walking along Spadina now. I'm sure we've seen this many times, but try to balance it with some newer spots off the beaten path, or mix it up with some of the more lively stuff, because obviously there's more to see here too. Just trying to balance that. I know Vasily tries to do the same too. And of course our friend Henry, he gets all over the place. He did Richmond Hill recently, which is pretty wild. Yeah, it kind of worked out, Matt. This is true, Robin. Yeah. When I decided to do, I streamed tonight, I saw that Henry had ended 15 minutes prior, so it was kind of perfect timing. I had wrapped up a TikTok live and decided to start a YouTube one. Yeah, I guess we all kind of do our own thing. Richmond now. Oh, this guy's got to go the opposite way on Richmond. There's always someone doing something interesting on the road. Gotta go ahead to walk now. Scene outside the Queen and Spadina McDonald's is a bit crowded. There's always a bunch of people waiting to pick up outside of that McDonald's. Have I fancied working in any of the big corporations? Lately, perhaps. To get a proper salary. Working for yourself is always a grind. Yeah. It's not something I've ever done really, but oh yeah, I did. Yeah. That person just, I don't know. They have the same routine every time. It's really... I removed it, yeah. Really weird way to troll. I don't know. It's gross. That's okay, we move along and try not to pay it any mind. Got 19 people in the chat. Thank you for joining as we walk up Spadina. Do not do the arch. That's good to know. It seems I don't know, whenever they try to come out with something new, it seems overhyped. I don't know if they can create a new staple. There's always going to be that new temporary thing to kind of give some people something to try for a bit, but those things never end up replacing the originals, you know. But I don't even eat meat burgers, so personally, I'm just waiting for McDonald's to get a proper veggie patty and offer veggie versions of their burgers, like a Big Mac. Would love. I crave a crappy burger, like a crappy McDonald's burger, even like their basic hamburger. That thin patty, pickles, onions, ketchup, mustard. That's what I long for in terms of a veggie version of a burger. Yeah, sure, Kurt, no big deal. You do you. What I like the most about Canada? That's a big question. Hey, our buddy Henry's here. Good to see you, Henry. Canada, I enjoy our freedom here. I think we're pretty fortunate to live in a relatively peaceful country. With access to healthcare. I think that's key to our freedom. Give me a second, I'm gonna get a sip of my water here. Let's have a look at our friend here at the Chinatown Center. Oh, sorry, the mic is probably going off in your ears, guys. I apologize. It's good to stay hydrated. Hopefully you didn't hear too much drinking noises there. I apologize. Using my DJI mic. Good to see you, Henry. I gotta do a walkthrough again of, I have to do a covert walkthrough of Chinatown Center, maybe with my GoPro. So we can scope out a dead mall in Toronto. What do I hate most about Canada? Perhaps the weather. The weather can be pretty all over the place in Toronto, even. Drivers, maybe. Maybe drivers annoy me more than the weather. Well, that's Toronto drivers. Or people who drive in Toronto, not always Toronto drivers. What about the people? I like the people. People can be annoying. This guy's annoying over here. Doing wheelies on the street, like impressing no one. So people like that annoy me. People are always gonna annoy me no matter what. But I would say Toronto, especially, I've met a lot of great people through various facets. Yeah. Toronto's a great place. Some people will make the criticism that Toronto's like a lonely city. but I feel like the people who say that are looking perhaps in the wrong places. Oh, Henry, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I may or may not be. I do have some things to do this weekend that are family oriented, so I'll have to let you know. Oh, fair enough, Matt. Matt Bross. We just see some really entitled things here. Not necessarily, it's bad driving, but it's not even like, there is stuff that is like complete like ignorance. It's like, how do you have a license kind of thing, but there is stuff that is blatantly wrong. People do out of selfishness. Hey Liam, good to see you. I suppose we can do a Kensington walkthrough. $80.90 KTV. I think that's a karaoke place. Looks like it. $80.90. Been a while since I've been to a karaoke joint. Love that some of these places are open to 2 a.m. on a Tuesday night, some of these restaurants. There are some quite inebriated people there. I'm glad they were swaying in the opposite direction of me while they walked by me. El Rey has a nice patio. Yeah, it kind of does, right? It was like a TV show, TV channel. Some lovely Kensington establishments. Oh, we got the Nightmare Before Christmas guy here. 'Tis the season. People walking on water. That's exactly what it was. You described it very accurately. And they just happened to be wobbling the other way, thankfully. I didn't want to deal with them bumping into me. King of Kensington Victory Girl Vintage. It's pretty cool. King of Kensington was a show based in Toronto. Starring Al Waxman, if you're old enough to remember. Give some people some space here.
Nice gimbal.
Thanks. I don't know if that was a genuine compliment of my gimbal or someone just commenting about the fact that I'm streaming. Yeah, you Boom knows King of Kensington. Nice quiet night in Kensington Market. I'm the king? No, I wouldn't go as far as calling myself the King of Kensington. King of Duffer Mall, maybe. King of Galleria, let's go with that. No way, that's cool. You have a connection to Al Waxman. I love that. Sonny's Chinese, I don't think I have, no. No, I think maybe I haven't been there, but my girlfriends picked up food from there. I believe the owners, they know the owners. If that's the one I'm saying, it's like a newer place, right? Boom King of the beaches. He's the king of the beaches. I think I've had Sonny's. Most recent Chinese I had was Green's Vegetarian, which is southwest of here on Dundas.
Para yaparsın. Ama ya yaşamak için gel ya.
No pun intended, but they smelling the feet in the air. Headed where nobody took it. Who needed me there?
Pizza de Mario is a good slice, I will say. Might sound like a weird criticism, but a little bit on the cheesy, too much cheese. Kind of ruins the balance of everything there, but you do get a lot of cheese. So if you're into the cheese, you may appreciate it. Not that I hate more cheese, it just, on a slice, sometimes too much cheese is just a little too much. Finding the right balance of dough, sauce, and cheese can really make a slice. Nonetheless, Pizza de Mario is a good slice. It's 11:34. So I may wrap things up when we get to college. Need to get home. Oh, here is the planter car. A garden car, rather. It's the garden car. A staple here in Kensington Market. It's pretty cool. It's like a car chia pet, exactly, Kurt.
Nice guy. He,
Oh, boom. Yeah, I mean, location. The location was right. Too bad the connection wasn't. Yeah. Should have stayed with her, Boom. Thanks for taking care of that. Don't get the obsession. Yeah, weird. Weird that the person doesn't have anything better to do. Maybe I'll wrap things up outside of Sneaky D's. Yeah, it's the troll. Don't know how one person could be so affected to put so much effort into such a troll, but here we are. Back to Sneaky D's. Sneaky D's is a great bar. Boom can back me up on this. And it's both mine and Boom's goal to get Henry to Sneaky D's and get him a plate of nachos. The nachos are legendary, and God, guys, it's cheap. Plate of nachos, cheese and salsa is $10 regular price, which is already cheap. A 12-inch plate of nachos. You can spend more money and get King's Crown, which has a whole bunch of stuff on it. But if you go on the half price days, that's all half price. So $5 for a plate of nachos, unbeatable for plain nachos. If you like all the fixings, I think a King's Crown is something like $28 regular price. That comes out to $14, which considering what's on it is a great deal. Great drink prices too. You can get half price nachos on Wednesdays, tomorrow, or on Mondays when they do half price the full food menu. Tuesdays are half price fajitas. I forget what Thursday and Friday is, but food deals throughout the week. Weekends they have cheap brunch. And again, cheap drink deals. Like, went there last Wednesday with my girlfriend. Plate of nachos, side of guac. I got a tall can of Ace Hill lager. So not even like a cheap beer. Everything came out to $15. The tall can was $5, which is cheap for a bar. And given that things are so expensive, you know, in places, it's refreshing to have a place like Sneaky D's to go to and not even have to bat an eye about going there. You can go there and what's $15, you know? That's amazing. Here's Sneaky D's. Lovely, lovely Sneaky D's. Got a streetcar running a red. Wow, finally crossed that street. Thank you, streetcar. Alrighty then. Well, I guess that'll be it. There's Sneaky D's. There's a longer shot of Sneaky D's. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this night walk from the East End. We started from the Cube houses at Eastern Avenue, walked along King East into King West, up through a bit of Chinatown, Kensington Market, and now here. So thank you so much, guys. I'll catch you on the next live. I don't know when that'll be. I'll try to do another one soon though. So thank you so much for everyone for your company, by the way. And yeah, have yourself a lovely evening.